I think we were getting through that one.
No, and we're gonna have to cut through this.
I know.
Wish I had a chainsaw.
Yeah, I kicked my butt. It was fun though.
What do you think of the view?
I think this is amazing. We are Dave, Carrie, and Rudel. In 2018, we set out to explore one adventure at a time. Join us as we continue our journey to find the best free camping.
This is great. I love it.
It's 8 a.m. The road to the Grand Canyon is open. We're on it, and I see some clouds, which I do not want to see. You know I normally love clouds. There's a lunar eclipse tonight, so the clouds need to go away. Ready?
Yeah. So the road is, we thought it'd be super crowded being opening day, but there's hardly any cars on it so far. Maybe it's because we're early.
I think we were getting through that one.
No, and we're gonna have to cut through this.
I know.
Wish I had a chainsaw.
It smells delicious.
Yeah.
It's got
Fur.
Oh, it smells awesome. It smells like Christmas.
That's what it is. Christmas tree. I hear a car.
Yeah.
Maybe they got a chainsaw. Oh, it's so sappy. I got sap all over.
All right. That is impressive. What brand is that?
So Greenworks chainsaw, 80 volt, can sleep with it in the car, no problem.
And it cut through that like butter.
Cruise.
Today we are at the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and this is National Forest. This is called Saddle Mountain. There's a hiking trail here and it's pretty intense, and we're gonna do a little piece of it and tell you more about it in this video. Also, tonight is a special occasion because there is a full lunar eclipse. And we're at a really good location to view it, but Carrie's already getting nervous, and so am I, because there is way too many clouds in the sky right now. So we're hoping they dissipate and we get a good shot at the moon tonight. But they do allow camping right here at the trailhead. Trailheads usually aren't our go-to spot for camping. This one's remote. Like I said, they allow overnight camping, and we're gonna hit the trail tomorrow, maybe stay one more night, and then just kind of move on from there. All right, Rudel. But this is a pretty close little spot. It's really beautiful here. There's a lot of aspen trees, pinyon pines, ponderosa pines, and a little bit of grass for Rudel to hang out in, which he is liking a lot. And he can finally play ball again. Currently, we are at the top of the rim of the Grand Canyon at 8,400 feet. If you follow this trail down for 13 miles all the way to the water of the Grand Canyon, you will descend 5,640 feet in a 13-mile distance. So that sounds pretty brutal to me. I'm not ready for that, but wow.
I'm going out to get set up for the lunar eclipse. This is a steep trail. I'm going out to this point. So that's the point I'm going to, right out there. It's a nice little spot for me to sit. The grand view of the Grand Canyon. Okay, I'll meet you guys at the top and show you what the view is. This is pretty dang amazing. Look at the view. Even if my nighttime lapse doesn't turn out, this is worth it. The views are grand. The sunset is spectacular. I'm really hoping we'll get some color. This is a pretty special moment. So I think we're going to lose the moon. It's going behind the clouds. Are you ready to go outside? Yeah. Oh, it's much nicer out here than I expected. Rudel and I are going to go have our breakfast, bacon and eggs, with a view of the most majestic Grand Canyon. Oh, what a beautiful morning. I had every intention of getting up this morning and photographing the sunrise. When I peeked out the window, complete cloud cover. So I slept in a little bit more.
I've got to go for a hike down this trail. It's really drawing me to it. It looks like there's going to be some really good viewpoints of the Grand Canyon. I want to take Rudel with me, but this is snake season. We haven't seen a rattlesnake yet, but I know they're out here. So I think I'm just going to go solo on this one. So we're going to be entering straight into wilderness area. And there's the name of the trail, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. And here we go. So this trail starts out as wilderness area and ends up as national park. From what I found out about it, it is 13 miles long. It starts at 8,500 feet and drops 5,600 feet pretty much straight down. I mean, it is one of the most challenging trails in the Grand Canyon National Park to hike. And I think it's one of the most out of the way trails too, so I'm guessing it gets less hikers than most. Not to mention you have to be in shape to do this one. The trail goes 11 miles without water. And from what I hear, you can camp at the bottom of it. You do have to have a permit to camp there, but it's from what it sounds like, it's a sandy beach kind of place. Very nice, but it does get warm. Super actually hot down in that canyon during the summer months. I've taken a little side excursion trail to get to the first viewpoint here. I feel like I can see 100 miles. And the Grand Canyon, the Colorado River, is down at the base of that somewhere, at least 12 miles away. So down about 200 feet, I can see the main trail slowly working its way around that next hill. And that's where we're heading. See what the viewpoint is from there. This trail has quite the history. It's said to have been used by Native Americans, and that you can actually still find pottery along the route in certain places. Of course, you're instructed not to remove or touch or handle any of that. And then it was used by bandits. I believe that they stole horses and then moved the horses down into Mexico. And of course, pioneers, and now mainly used just as a route to get down to the Colorado River. Another aspect of this trail that's pretty cool is the wildflowers. It's known for having some really awesome amount of wildflowers. I don't know if I'm going to get that far into it, but I'm already seeing some cool stuff. Like right here, I'm coming up on some kind of wild berries. They kind of look like raspberries. Can't quite tell for sure. Yeah, that looks like a raspberry. In their early stages, but they're pretty thick in here. All right, we're coming up on a sign. And it looks like this is the entrance to Saddle Mountain Wilderness Area, which is some good information for me. So that means I can actually fly my drone up to this point, which is pretty neat. I thought it was a lot closer to our camp than this. And this is where the trail starts going up. This could possibly be the last major uphill in this whole trail before you hit the Colorado River. Another viewpoint area. Wow, it's windy. I'm about halfway up this hill. My heart rate's starting to beat pretty good. Breathing hard, feels good. And that's all we got left to do. This is a fairly steep part of the hill, and it's kind of funny because I put the camera down to video myself going up it. Got all the way up it, got down it, took a look at it, noticed I was on photo, so I had to redo it. Oh my gosh. So I got to do that one 2 times. It's okay though. It's good exercise, right? That's why I'm breathing so hard. Up, up, up. Wow, the wind is howling. I can barely hold the camera steady. I can only imagine what it's going to be like at the top. Still going. Oh, the trail leveled out a little bit. Feels good. Time to catch my breath. Just about there. I'm looking at a plateau there, and this trail drops down onto that plateau and then somewhere dives into the canyon. That looks like it's 2,000 feet below. So that must be absolutely brutal to hike. I'm just about at the end of the portion I'm gonna do today. I wanna see if I can see off the eastern side, the southeastern, or the northeastern side, and then I think I'll turn around. Woo! There's a survey marker here, and those are always fun because they tell you the elevation. So taking a look at this one, 8,661 feet above sea level. That's starting to get up there. I think I'm gonna call this my turnaround point. Great views on both sides of the trail. So you can see the canyon going up, and way up there is the official start of the Grand Canyon at Lee's Ferry, and then the mountain range beyond that one, I think it is in Utah. I don't know what mountain range that is, but it's quite a distance you can see up here. So now I'm just gonna look for a comfortable place, have a little lunch, relax a bit, and then take the trail back. All right, so I've got an apple and some mustard sardines. I know that's not everybody's go-to, but I like them. And I don't get a chance to eat any sardines in the van because Carrie just doesn't appreciate that smell. So I thought this would be a good time to break open a can and enjoy. Sitting here having lunch, and I noticed there's a couple of dirt roads that are following the rim of the Grand Canyon down there. I wish I could zoom in on them. But that's making me think, oh boy, I bet you there's some free camping down there that's not on any of the apps. So maybe at a later date, we'll come back through here and see what we can find. But I had a great time on this hike. I'm only about 2 miles in, maybe 2.5 at the furthest. But really enjoyed getting out here and checking it out. And I think I'm gonna turn around and head back to camp now. Thanks for coming along with me.
You're looking pretty tired.
I'm out of shape.
I definitely couldn't have done it if you're that tired.
Yeah, I kicked my butt. It was fun though.
How far did you go?
About 2.5 miles maybe down.
Wow.
So that's not that far, but with the elevation
Up and down?
loss and gain, it was brutal for me.
Good views?
A little bit better than here,
Yeah.
but similar.
We have broke camp and we're on our way out on our very slow, tedious 1-hour drive, but we're headed to the park to do the touristy thing.
Yeah, so the park's 31 miles away. It's gonna take us about 1 hour and 20 minutes to get there.
And you know, national parks are not high on our list, not because we don't love them, because they are usually phenomenal, but it's very hard when you have a dog. But occasionally, when you come to a certain area, you just have to go and see it.
Yeah, we're this close. We've already seen the south side of the Grand Canyon, the east side of the Grand Canyon. We've got to at least take a look at the north side.
Absolutely. Self-pay station behind
Wow.
behind visitor center. Self-pay.
Self-pay. There's nobody even here, so that's our kind of entrance. No line, no people.
It's pretty cool to be on the North Rim with aspen.
Yeah, aspen and big pine trees. There's a lot of places to pull over with picnic tables and just sit down and enjoy the view.
What do you think of the view?
I think this is amazing. I think this is the best view we've seen. I know we said that earlier, but this at Bright Angel is the best view we've seen out of the 3 spots we've been at the Grand Canyon.
Yep, so far.
Wow. The only thing left is we either got to hike down to the river or raft the river. And then we have the Grand Canyon covered.
Yep.
Difference a couple of days makes. Last week we were at Marble Canyon, it was 95 degrees and we were melting. Today we're at Saddle Mountain, we're at 8,800 elevation.
I thought it was 8,500 feet.
I think it's 88.
Okay.
But we're a little cold.
Yeah, I know, right?
So what's your favorite part about this area?
It's definitely the view and the trail here. I did just a few miles of this trail, but if I was in better shape, I would love to hike all the way down to the Colorado River and camp there.
Yes. The views are spectacular here all the way around. And what's nice about this location, what's a little bit different about it, is this is a hiking destination. I wouldn't say you're going to come here just to camp. This trail or this little loop is mainly for hikers, when you say?
It is. It's a small area in the national forest, surrounded by wilderness area. This is where you want to come if you want to hike. I guess you could stay the night as use it for an area to enter the north rim of the Grand Canyon into the national park.
But it's way off the beaten path.
But you can find closer places to do that than this.
So how many miles are we back here?
So we are 14 miles on a rough, bumpy road off of Highway 67.
That's going to take you an hour.
It's going to take you an hour just to drive that in here.
Yeah.
So that has to be under consideration. The nearest gas station is 31 miles away in the national park, the North Rim.
North Rim. Or Jacobs Lake, which is like 40 miles.
Which is 40 miles away. So it's fairly remote out here.
Yes, and as you saw coming in, it was quite an adventure coming in through all the trees.
Yeah, so I'm guessing some of those will probably be cleared by the time any of you get in here, but still, it's something that you have to consider.
Definitely a spot for sunrise, sunset, lunar eclipse. I mean, the views are just amazing. And if you're into hiking, there are several trails in the area. This hike to Saddle Mountain all the way down to the Colorado, it's only if you're a hardcore backpacker.
Yeah.
Because did you tell them about how hard it is today?
Yeah, I only went just a little short hike that I went on. I went about 2.5 miles up and then 2.5 miles back. It kicked my butt. So there is 5,600 feet of elevation change from up here all the way down to the river.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There were campers here, and this is the last hike on their list in the Grand Canyon, and they said it's the hardest hike that they saved for last.
Yep. As far as rig size getting in here, this is only for small cars. There's no place to park or camp a big rig back here, and the road is tight.
Yes, and the trees are pretty narrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry guys, this is for small rigs only. What are we missing?
It's fairly pet friendly. We did notice that there is already ticks out in the area, so we'll be doing a tick check on Rudel every night.
It's early May and the bugs are in full force up here.
Yeah, and because the high elevation, you could have a cold night any time of the year here, so do bring plenty of clothing.
I thought it was going to rain this morning.
Really?
Yeah, it was all cloudy.
Oh, dang.
I got up for the sunrise and there was no sunrise.
I would guess that most of the time you're not going to be able to have fires back in here because it's just Arizona is just too hot during the summer, or it's going to be too windy. So I wouldn't even plan on having a campfire.
If you want to just take this as a day drive, I would say it's a good day drive if you have a capable vehicle to do it. The views are spectacular. There's a couple of other viewpoints and a couple of other trails that aren't as hard as this one. Yeah. So that is an option if you have secured a camping spot somewhere else. This would be a good day drive. Yeah,
so there's no amenities back here. It's pack in, pack out. There's no water, there's no toilets or anything like that. There is a little bit of Verizon signal. I mean, very little bit. So we're having trouble getting any information while we're out here.
Yeah, and there is absolutely no T-Mobile, and I think AT&T is very minimal too.
Very weak.
Yeah. So you're out here unconnected.
Yep.
Disconnected from the world.
Oh, I do want to say, if you are planning to hike this trail, you do have to have a permit if you're going to camp overnight because you're going to be in the national park.
Yeah.
So make sure you get that permit before you come all the way out here.
So, well, we had a great time here. It was definitely worth the drive to see this view of the Grand Canyon.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.